of the bill, and the listeners will get to hear a very interesting young lady in just moments.
Very interesting ideas. Thank you, Rosemary Chalmers. That's a look at our local news for this afternoon. Good afternoon. Monterey Bay continues now with a great idea. I wish I would have thought of this one myself, but it took an 11-year-old to come up with this. Her name is, boy, I hope I say her name right, Jaclyn Darcy. Did I get that right, Jaclyn?
Yes.
Oh, great. Jaclyn is in the studio with us, and you have an idea about homework and about Halloween and about the holiday itself.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and just lay it out for me? What do you have? Why do you want to change Halloween?
Well, because like last year I had Halloween on a school night, and it was harder for me to get all my homework done, and I wanted to have more time to trick or treat and sort candies with my sister and stuff like that, and have fun without having to come home early and get up early for school the next day.
Because of the way Halloween fell on the calendar.
Yeah.
So your proposal then is
that I would like everyone in Santa Cruz County, or hopefully the whole USA in a few years, I'll try to advertise everywhere, to trick or treat on the Saturday before the 31st.
It's a good idea. Now, have you taken this idea to anybody in power here in Santa Cruz County?
Well, I talked to the County Office of Education and Sam Farr's office, but they said that it wasn't a government thing, that it was more of a social thing in the cities here. So they said that I should just advertise in different places so that way the people could hear it themselves.
So basically they passed the buck.
Yeah.
Okay, so what have you done then to try to gain some momentum for your idea? Have you gone to community groups and whatnot?
Well, I've talked to the TV stations, the newspapers, and radios to advertise.
Well, I think it's a really good idea, and I don't know why somebody didn't come up with this before. I mean, we celebrate Columbus Day on the wrong day, and a whole bunch of other holidays are all celebrated like that because we all want a 4-day weekend. See, that's the reason they do that. So, what do your classmates say about this? Do they think you're trying to ruin Halloween, or?
No, they think it's a very good idea because they agree, because they think that it'll be more fun to do on the weekends. You can stay up late and trick or treat as much as you want, and then be able to sleep in and then get your homework done the next day.
All right, now, have you talked any of your neighborhood into maybe holding off?
Yeah, they said that it would be very interesting and that they'd probably do it.
Oh, great. Okay, now let's talk about Halloween itself. Obviously, the reason I think this is a good idea is probably the same reason your mom thinks this is a good idea and you think it's a good idea, is because if it's held on the weekend before Halloween, then you have less traffic to worry about and more time to be out. All the things you said. But I think too, won't it also, do you think, give parents a longer time to be with the kids? Less worry about having to get up and go to work?
Yeah.
And all that?
I think that then you can celebrate Halloween the next day too, and you can get all ready for it and then not have to put it all away, and you can just have more time to spend Halloween.
You seem to have thought this out pretty well. When did you first come up with this idea?
It was about maybe 2 weeks ago, and then I decided to send it out everywhere, and then I came here.
You might want to try sending this to Washington, D.C. and see what they say. You never know; somebody might pick it up and run with it up there. You need for something. You want to change something as big as Halloween. You have to kind of get somebody that's going to run the ball for you a little bit.
Yeah, I just thought I'd start out just with Santa Cruz first, and then I'd get bigger every year.
I think it's a good idea. Well, you're 11, so you've got a while to go. By the time you're old enough to not probably enjoy trick-or-treating so much, you might get this passed. Let me ask you this. What's your favorite part of Halloween?
I think my favorite part is coming home and being able to trick-or-treat and then watching maybe a scary movie after.
Do you like to go to haunted houses and whatnot?
Yeah, at the boardwalk and stuff like that.
You're
That's
one of those,
fun.
you like to get the bejeebers scared out of you too. what's your favorite costume?
That's hard to say. I like a lot of different costumes. Like the witch's costume is very.
This is a great
everyone does
picture.
that.
We have a picture of her in the studio here of Jaclyn in a witch's costume. This is a pretty good one.
Thanks.
Was that last year?
Actually, I took that about a week ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: if you can get the powers that be to recognize that this is a pretty good idea and actually get them to change it, do you still want them to call it Halloween or?
I think I want to call it Halloween still because we're still doing the same thing. It's just changing it on a different day so it can be more fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's a great idea. The lady who sets up our interviews for us here came to me with this idea earlier today. She said, this girl has this neat idea about Halloween. And I thought about it for about 10 seconds. I went, well, and then I thought, well, there's nothing bad about the idea. It's probably a good thing to, just because it's not celebrated on October 31st doesn't take any of the fun away from it. Now, do you have older brothers and sisters?
I have an older sister. She's 15.
What does she say about this?
She says that it's a good idea and that it would be more fun.
So you've got the older crowd sort of supporting you as well then, the
Yeah.
older kids in your area. Well, we'll see what happens. I think you ought to take it to your teachers and see what they say. Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
So you have a whole list of different people you want to talk to about this?
Yeah.
What are you, about halfway through now? Halloween's coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to spread it out. My friends know about it and go into different schools.
Once again, folks, the proposal is this: because Halloween is sometimes falls on a school night, and because parents and kids can't go out on a school night a lot of times and participate whole hog in Halloween, you've decided that it should be the weekend before Halloween. What day? The Sunday before? Or
The Saturday.
The Saturday before. The Saturday before, whatever day Halloween would fall on, that weekend before is when our friend here, Jaclyn Darcy, thinks is a better day to do it.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
Thanks.
It really is. I haven't heard a great idea like that in quite a while. Thanks for being with us. Now, who else are you scheduled to talk to? You're gonna try to hit the newspapers?
Yeah, I've the Good Times and the Sentinel. I've sent in all those, and I'm waiting to hear a response from them.
That's a good idea.
And the schools? Did you sent it to all the schools?
Oh, you sent it to the schools too?
Yes, I
Did
sent
you
it to the schools.
did you? I know you mentioned you talked to Sam Farr's office. Did you also talk to the superintendent of education? Did you send anything to the school district itself?
I talked to the county office of education.
Yeah. Well, they're a good group. Maybe they'll take the lead and help you. Like I said, it's kind of hard for us to just sort of activate things and do things the way we want, but it's entirely possible. You remember the whole idea of Mother's Day and Father's Day was started by a private citizen, and now we have Mother's Day and Father's Day. Well, that's a good idea. Listen, will you do us a favor? When you if this picks up a little bit and you get a little more support, can we talk to you again about it?
Oh, sure. Yeah, this is
Great.
fun.
Great.
Thank you.
Outstanding. Now, you didn't get out of school to come down here, did you?
Oh, no, I got out. I got it.
You're already
My
off?
school ends at 3.
Oh, good. Okay. Listen, thanks for being with us,
Thank you.
and we appreciate you coming into the radio station.
Thanks.
Bye now. It's a good idea. A lot worse ideas have been made laws, so we'll see how it goes. Her name, by the way.